Hey everyone, today I am doing a review of these silver brushes that I recently brought, and I wanted to show you guys the different ways we can use it and what has been my take on using them so far. So honestly, I've not used them before, so it's new for me as well. And so far, I can show you what I have been able to assess. So there are two kinds, actually three kinds of brushes that I got from them. So one is a hark brush, which is basically this, which it is an angled brush, as you can see. Angled means this angle particularly. And there are brushes which are like flat and they have the top straight up like this one. So this one is at an angle. And the other two belong to the category of the velvet, black velvet line. In this I have two kinds. One is the round brush here, as you can see, and the other one is the angled one like this one. This is 1 by 4 inches and this is 4. This is size 4 and this is size 10. Let me show you guys how I have been using them. So of course my first experience with them was with gouache, since it happened to be the Black Sketchbook Day. And what I realized was that, one, gouache is a thick medium, of course, then watercolors. So whenever I was using it, first it did not give me the result I wanted, because I am generally rough when I'm doing gouache. The kind of layering and the other things, if you've seen my work, it does not it was not happening with these, because these are actually so soft. If you look at, if you've used them, I'm not sure, but if you haven't, they are actually velvet. I'm sure the name black velvet came because they're so velvety. They're very soft. In fact, when I wash them, it so happens that the bristles, they tend to bend if I use it too roughly. So I try not to use it with gouache, because gouache is a thicker medium and the color tends to settle at the bottom, and it's difficult to wash them. And if I wash them too hard, then I don't want to do that. So I have thought of using them only for watercolors so far. In fact, I realized that they are soft. So the other brushes that I had, like my Skoda or the Blick Art brushes or any Faber-Castell brushes or any brushes for that matter, are actually harder than them. So which was actually good for me, because this is how I've been using it and I've liked it. I don't want to think too much about it, so well, that is it. As far as this one is concerned, I have not used it for the plein air studies as of now. Yeah, I have got this one for a plein air study. I have not used it for gouache as of now. I think I'm happy with these ones. I mean, it wouldn't hurt my pocket or my sentiments if if they ruin or something, because then they're not as expensive as these ones, so that's all right. Now, as far as watercolors is concerned, I have been able to use these brushes in different ways, and it has been helpful in watercolors for that matter. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, let's talk about the hack, whatever it's called, the Hague brush first. So this brush, basically what it does is, you just have to dip the water in it like that, and then you just put it on the paper like this, just evenly spreading it. This is basically used for the back wash, the first wash of which is required of your paper. So this is generally for that. And then you can, I think you can just use any color. I'm using my Daniel Smith color here. Another thing is that these brushes require a lot of water. So that means that they can take up a lot of water. And they tend to dry up pretty quickly as well, which I haven't seen in other brushes. In a Skoda, again, it can take up a lot of water and hold the water. These ones, not so much. So this is one drawback, that they dry up too quickly. You need to keep on adding water, which actually tends to waste a lot of color as well, which I don't like. But then, I needed these for my smaller studies, so they're good for that, if you can see. Let me show you the angled brush, which I'm really excited about. So my angled brush can be used in that aspect. Let me just show you. Let's just take any leftover color right here. Okay. So the angled brush can go as thin as like this line right here, and it can go thick when put vertically. And of course, if I use it like this, it can go as thick as the width of the brush. So I'm quite happy that I would be using this in my Amsterdam plein air studies. You would be watching me use this brush for my Amsterdam plein air studies a lot. That is, I generally do not buy angled brushes or brushes like these, but then I had to get this one because I thought I had seen an artist on Instagram who was using this for plein air studies, and I was anyways getting these brushes, so I thought, why not? So I would have a good experience with this one over there. The other brushes that I got are, this is the liner brush. Now the liner brush is from De La Rowney and of course from Jackson's as well. There are two of them, and you can see the difference right away. So this one is number 0 and this is 10 by 0. This is pretty thin, very, very thin. And this one, the length of this one is pretty big, so I'm very happy to be able to use these two for my, of course these are for gouache. They can be good for watercolors as well, again, to draw those extra fine lines and things like that. Let me show you. And then of course, because they're so long, you can use them for bigger studies as well. Can you see that? And they can hold so much color. It would be very easy to keep on using them and not going back to the color, of course. So guys, here's my review of these brushes. If there's any other questions you have, do let me know. Thank you so much. Cheers.